Orks, the galaxy's green cockney-sounding menace. To the Imperium, they're a plague, an infestation that can never be eradicated. To themselves, they're the happiest race alive, because they're always fighting, looting, and yelling for more Daka. But behind the crude exterior lies something far more terrifying. Their one secret that makes Orks the most unmanageable species in the galaxy, and it's not their size, not their weapons, not even their numbers. It's something much stranger. Today, we're going to dive into this bizarre race of Xenos, explore how it shapes everything from their weapons to the colors they wear, and why even the most disciplined Imperial commanders fear the collective madness of a... But before we get to it, remember to like and subscribe. Now to the video. Imperial reports tell of guardsmen seizing Ork weaponry after a skirmish. In their hands, the guns jammed, overheated, or did nothing at all. A guardsman described the Ork weapons as metal pipes filled with teeth and hope. Yet, in the hands of Orks, these same weapons had been laying down torrents of fire. The Adeptus Mechanicus still cannot fully explain it. Orks are living psychic generators. Individually, their aura is weak, barely detectable, but the more Orks gather, the stronger it becomes. This creates the infamous Waaagh field, a psychic resonance that links them together, fuels their rage, and warps reality. On another battlefield, a guard regiment ran dry of ammunition with the Ork horde fast approaching. Unable to retreat and out of desperation, some of them began shouting, "Daka daka daka daka," to mimic Ork gunfire. The Orks, so firmly convinced of the guard's Daka, began dropping as if hit by real bullets. Of course, when later investigated, not a single Ork's corpse had wounds that made sense, but the Orks believed that they had been shot and died. This is the essence of Ork reality bending. They believe it, and that creates results. There are countless stories of Ork spacecraft held together by nothing more than scrap, prayer, and fungus. One particularly famous hulk was reported to have a gaping hole in its hull large enough to fly a Thunderhawk through it. Yet the Orks aboard suffered no ill effects, because none of them believed space should be able to kill them. To them, vacuum was just more air but angrier, and if they get bored in the warp, they just open a window. It's a win-win. They get fresh air and a good crumpin'. Despite their powers, Orks are not omnipotent. Their belief must align with their crude logic. For instance, they can't suddenly decide that they can fly like birds, but it might be enough to believe a rocket strapped to their back will help. And it usually does, at least long enough for them to hit something important. During a campaign against the Goths, an Imperial tank squadron witnessed an Ork truck firing a gun so oversized it should have detonated instantly. It did explode, but instead of killing its crew, it launched them straight into the guard line. The Orks crawled out on fire, screaming with joy, and then started clubbing soldiers with the wreckage. To most humans, colors are aesthetic or something practical. To Orks, colors change reality, dictate their allegiances, their culture reinforces it, and their Waaagh field ensures it. For example, red is faster and Orks know it, and vehicles in red are the fastest, while things that are blue are lucky, so some Orks paint themselves blue to be lucky, and time and again, their improbable victories prove them right. Yellow makes your weapons look flashier and explode bigger, louder, and nastier, while also making your teeth grow a lot faster, and since for Orks, teeth are a currency, certain Orks cover themselves in yellow as a mark of wealth and power. Black or checkered Orks try to show that they're the toughest, and wouldn't you know it, they hit harder, fight longer, and terrify even other Orks. While certain Orks believe purple makes you sneaky, and since, as they say, you haven't ever seen a purple Ork, have you? They consider this absolute proof. Every Ork clan channels this psychic phenomenon differently. The Evil Sons are obsessed with going fast, meaning painting all their vehicles red. Believing this myself as a kid, I can understand where they're coming from. Their entire culture is fast attacks, faster chases, and the loudest engines. More teeth equals more money, and bad moons grow teeth faster than the other orcs, making them the richest. Their love of yellow and oversized guns and explosions afford them the best weapons, fueling devastating damage. Dead Skulls are looters who trust in blue for luck. They scavenge anything and somehow make it work. A Dead Skull mech once attached a sentinel leg to a war buggy, and it worked. Some theorize that Ultramarines are so prominent and successful because the Orcs perceive them to be lucky, but we'll never know for sure. The Goths dress in black and checkerboard pattern. They are brutal and obsessed with melee. Their belief in strength makes them the most terrifying fighters, hitting harder, being tougher, and bigger than all the other Orcs. Snakebites are basically the Amish. They shun tech and their favorite color is the good old Orc green. They are traditionalists whose faith in the old ways makes them resilient. Injecting themselves with snake venom makes them tougher than all but the Goths, often shrugging off wounds that others would die from. And finally, the Blood Axes. Cunning but brutal. They mimic human tactics, camouflage, ambushes, even retreats. The fact that their fellow orcs don't lynch them for this proves their Waaagh field enforces their odd logic. In one campaign, Blood Axe warbands convinced the local guard regiment that they were mercenaries offering to fight against the orcs. The guard commanders laughed until the Blood Axes turned on their kin, fought with the guard for 3 battles, and then immediately looted the guard's supply lines. For the Blood Axes, this was perfectly logical. For everyone else, madness. The orcs are often dismissed as primitive, yet they embody one of the most dangerous facts of the galaxy. Belief shapes reality, but for the orcs, apparently more so. At one occasion, a small group of orcs was pinned down by lasgun fire. The guards from afar start hearing chanting, "I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank," as the orcs are huddled together, running towards the guards pretending to be a tank. And believe it or not, all fire was deflected or didn't do any damage. Their ships fly because they believe they should. Their guns fire because they believe they do. After all,
I paid lots of teeth for this gun.
Their armor protects them because they believe it's tough. The Imperium may have faith in the Emperor. The Eldar trust their ancient foresight. But the Orcs, they don't pray. They simply believe so strongly that the universe bends rather than argue with them. And here's the final chilling thought. If the Orcs ever unite under a single war boss, if every Orc in the galaxy believed in the same Waaagh, their collective psychic field could quite literally reshape the galaxy. As the old Imperial joke goes, if the Orcs ever stop fighting each other and start fighting us, we're doomed. So next time you laugh at a red painted truck or see an Orc looting a Baneblade with nothing but duct tape and shouting, remember this, it's not just superstition, it's not just stupidity, it's the Orc's greatest weapon, the one thing that makes them more dangerous than any fleet, army, or hive swarm. Because in the 41st millennium, the Orcs don't just fight the war, they believe it into existence. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on new content. If you have any questions or suggestions for the future, leave it down in the comments and I'll see you, my friend, next time.